Is it salary that he pays that has been due? Or is it the ongoing projects that the governor is doing? Imolais saw all these things. They are not blind. Imolais are people who assess things the way they are. And after that, they say that this man called Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma needs to be re-elected. That is why they all trooped out en masse and voted the governor organically for the first time in the history of Igbo State and Nigeria, winning 27 local governments over 27, convincingly beating his opponents to their own local government. He beat Atana Chono, his own local government. Beat Sabadi Anyanwu, his own local government. Beat Ogunewe, his own local government. Beat all other person that contested with him, he beat all of them in their local government. That shows that Igbo people rose up in one voice and said, come back, you did well, and we want you to continue your good works.
Okay, and indeed, the celebrations, by the the government of Imo State immediately after, we saw that it was quite a glitzy affair, attesting to the great happiness of all of the team that worked for the success of the governor. But I wanted to ask you, just as you said, where Governor Hope Uzodinma won with a declared figure of over 500,000 votes, 540,308, according to quoted statistics. Now you look at his the rivals. The very next guy to him, that's the PDP's Samuel Anyanwu, 71,000 from 500,000, 71,000, and the guy below that, the LP candidates contestants guy, 64,000. When you look at 71,000 and 64,000 to Hope Uzodinma's 540,000, it almost was a no contest sort of that's a spectacular result. Even you, could you have expected that it would have gone, that decisively?
Yes. Why we expected such is because it's obvious that Igbo people love good things. It's obvious that Igbo people have seen what the governor has done. It's obvious that Igbo people have assessed the governor and all he has done within that short period of time. Remember, when he took over the mantle of leadership, there was a lot of distractions, ranging from the COVID situation that ravaged the world. After the COVID issue, we entered into the NSAS protests that ravaged Nigeria. After the NSAS period, we entered the second period of the COVID, which is the Omicron stage. After that, the unknown government and the insecurity reared its ugly head. If you properly assess the governor, cumulatively, he has been active in terms of no distraction for about, let's say, a year and a half or approximately 2 years. The other 2 years were full of distraction, was full of mischief, was full of hydra-headed, evil-oriented, and orchestrated issues brought by men who do not wish the state well. So if the governor can do all this he has done in 2 years, what if he's given 4 years that is not distracted by any way? That means the governor will do better. So Igbo people saw this, assessed it, both the high and the mighty, the civil servants, the retirees, the youths, the women, and all of them, unequivocally, with one collective and symbiotic spirit, and said, we have to return this man. And they came out and voted. What you have seen, the analysis you just made, because the will of the people prevailed. Igbo people spoke. And look at what has happened since after the election. Just look at the jubilation in Imo. Everybody trooped out in pomp and pageantry. The APC party, all the people who are sympathetic with us, all the people who voted, all came out. The whole of Douglas Road, the whole of Wedra Road, the whole of Bank Road, everybody was filled with people rejoicing, dancing, with pomp and pageantry. The civil servants came out and spoke in one voice that they are not being owed any salary. The pensioners came out rejoicing and said that the governor have done well. All the youth groups, all the women groups, you see that there was no road in Imo. Imo State was shut down in jubilation. So, going back to what you said, my brother, it was not in any way a surprise to anywhere in Imo Line. In fact, we thought that the margin would have been more. But whatever it is, it came to be that. So we thank God for the warning that He has given us through the votes of the
people. Indeed, because you say you were surprised, because, Governor Uzodinma trounced the PDP by almost 8 times as many votes, trounced LP by almost 9 times as many votes, and what would you be your commentary to those who have said that all is not well in the state of Denmark? You know, people have said it. You have been listening. Is it just sour grapes? Because the governor did say in his speech that he was very appreciative of the support of Imo citizens, but he read it as they were very happy with what he had been able to do along with his team, and he also read it as an indication that he has to do even more. So those that are saying that there are certain local governments, given that the governor won in all 27, there are certain local governments that they would have expected at least one or two, to put it like that, would have showed the different results. Would you say that that was just sour grapes on the part of those who are commenting as such?
Thank you very much. I will only refer that as a lullaby of a crying baby. Votes are not allocated. Votes are cast and counted. So if anybody is saying that he would have at least not won in 1 or 2 local governments, we are not the people who are voting. The people who went there and made a statement. Would you leave the vote cast by the people and start counting something in a sentimental angle? The answer is no. The people voted, and we counted the votes. And the Independent National Electoral Commission did their work very well. So the issue of the governor should have dropped one local government or the other does not come up, because it is what was voted is what was counted. And there's nobody who has any right under the law not to count exactly the votes that the people went to cast. That's number one. Number two, the complaint from the people who contested the governorship to the governor, for me, they have no basis to complain, not at all. One of them said that collation, started and just ended so fast in Imo, while in Bayelsa that has 10 local government, collation did not start there and it has not even ended. For me, that's a baseless and unmerited claim, because Imo State, our votes, after the votes, it was counted, and the situation was ready for INA. And the returning officers took their results to the collation center. It was collated there before the purview of everybody, live on television. If the returning officers are there to turn in their result, will you tell them to wait? Let's wait for Bayelsa to finish, or let's wait for Bayelsa to come and do their own first. No. All they did there was to count, return the results, and it was declared. So for me, if I'm them, The governor have made his press statement. He has called all of them to come together and join him and rebuild Imo and make Imo great again. I'm still queuing behind the governor's plea to ask my brothers, Ethan Achono, Sandadi Anyanwu, Ogunlewe, and others who ran that election. Let them come and join hands with the governor for this remaining 4 years. You can even see that some people who contested the election with the governor, about 6 of them, 2 days ago, made a press statement and said that they have accepted the results.
Okay, because I was going to ask if some of the contestants alongside the governor have actually congratulated him.
Yes, they have. They said the LP candidate, the SDP, and about 5 of them or 6 of them congratulated the governor. Yes, and it was led live on television.
Now, this question of, there was a time when they spoke about money having been involved, but I think it was determined that, well, whatever that issue was, it wasn't significant enough to have affected anything. The mere fact that money even was mentioned at all, were you surprised or taken aback by that?
I didn't get that quite well. Money mentioned about what?
That money might have been involved in the election in terms of just taking care of people. So no matter how insignificant the amount, it was against the rules, wasn't it? Were you surprised, or would you dismiss that as an inconsequential claim?
I'm astonished to hear this, because I never was confronted with any issue about money or anybody taking money to any place of any sort. I've not had any such claim up till now. I'm just hearing it for the first time from you. I'm so astonished to hear that. But if you have more information or evidence, you can throw it up. But for me, I didn't hear.
Okay.
I didn't see. Okay. And I cannot comment on what I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. Good morning, Mr. George. We have been joined by the first of our viewers' calls. Good morning, Mr. George, calling in from Lagos.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and good morning to the APC chairman.
Yeah, Mr. Perry.
I want to say congratulations to him, his party, and that they should stop whatever they did that made them to get that result. As one candidate advisor, I would like him as a party chairman to please pass on the governor. From what I can see, Udodima is a potential build bridger between the East and the other parts of the country, which Okorocha was trying to do, but he himself truncated it at the point he was appointing a successor. Uzodima should not make the same mistake. When it is time, he's in his second term now. When it is time for him to hand over to somebody, he should do it carefully in such a way that the build bridging he's doing now will not truncate again. That part of the country needs somebody that can bring them across the bridge to other sections of the country that can balance things in our country. We want peace, we want harmony, we want everybody to be satisfied in a part of Nigeria. And if you see a bridge builder like this, he should be encouraged. As a party chairman, he should please do his best to ensure that he guides the governor when that time comes. The other question I have for him, Uncle Yeri, is that the party won in all the local governments, 27 local governments. What did the party do in particular in Ajero's local government? You know, Ajero is the NLC president. He's now causing trouble around the whole country just because of that election that didn't favor him. What did he do in Ajero's local government that made sure that he could not even win his own local government? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George. Mr. Bere, would you like to respond?
Yeah, thank you very much, the caller. Your suggestion is well noted. When the time comes, when we get to the bridge we cross, 4 years is still far to start talking about a successor of the governor. So let's allow him to concentrate, finish his 4 years before we start talking about a successor. That's what I have to say about that. Then secondly, about Ajero, the NLC chairman, with all due respect to his office as the president of NLC, but I want to assure you that when you start being partisan, I was listening to one politician yesterday, he was talking in the church service. He said, as a politician, have I come to tell you as a priest what to preach on Sunday? I've not come to tell you that. Then don't come and tell me what I will say too as a politician. If you respect me as a politician, I respect you as a pastor or a priest. So leave politicians to play their politics and we leave you to preach your gospel. Anytime you leave preaching your gospel to come and start looking into the politics, that they rub on people in politics, will definitely rub on you. So what do I mean by that analogy? Ajero is the president of NLC. He shouldn't be an interested party. He should not be a member of any political party. He should be a father who should look at the overall political structure and be neutral. He cannot be supporting Labour Party overtly and come to Imo to display that. If you are an NLC president, please stop it at that and let's know that you're an NLC president. Moreover, he's from Imo State. If there is one state that should benefit from his being an NLC president, I think it should be my state. But he decided to be partisan. Whatever happened to him, I don't know how it happened. I just heard it. And I had my governor yesterday make a press conference and say whatever happened to him is regrettable. But I love the point that my governor maintained his grounds, that no non-state actor should come to the state and cause any trouble, that he will not take it. And you cannot take the leadership of Imo State for granted.
All right.
That is the same message I'm passing
I beg your pardon, sir. You might want to continue, but let me also not lose this customer. Reverend Dominic has been waiting for quite a while. He wants to also contribute to this conversation. Good morning, Reverend Dominic.
Good morning, Chief Yori. Good morning to Mr. Ebere, the chairman of in Owerri.
Yes.
First of all, Yori, I want to congratulate the chairman for their victory. I think you can hear me.
Yes, he can hear you.
I want to congratulate the chairman for their victory. But I want to tell chairman that I'm from Imo State. I'm not judge. I'm from Imo State. I'm from Ezin, the local government. If there's a contest, honestly, gospel truth, Hope Uzodinma will still win election in Imo State. But that he won 27 local government is a joke. I came from Ezin, the local government in Mbise. Ask Mr. Chairman, is there any health center in that you first of all, which is not? And Mr. Jody, please, I want to clarify this issue. I'm not a politician, I'm a pastor. I support APC by patriotism. George supports APC by partisan. So I cannot close my eyes when that evil is happening. This man could have also win that election. If he canvassed election in the whole corner of Imo State, do you know the reason? He has a lot of security to do that. Imo security is fragile, which Mr. Bray knows. Imo security is very fragile. The IPOP and the ECN and the unknown government are harassing people. So if you don't have a good security, you can't go around Imo State for campaign. So I don't blame the other politicians who do not campaign well because they don't have the security to do that. But in a good election, we hope Uzodinma can still win. But he won into the 7 local government. It's laughable. I barely know what I'm saying. He knows me very well. It's very laughable. I'm not a politician. I'm a pastor. I'm not a traditional leader. I support APC 100% when they do well, and Jagaba and Buhari. But for me to see this nonsense that happened in Imo State and close my eyes, that makes me a politician. I'm not a politician. I'm a pastor. I'm patriotic. I'm not a politician. It's won, but he didn't win 27 local government. That's gospel truth. Thank you, sir.
All right, then. Thank you, Reverend Dominic, for calling in. An Imo citizen himself, referred to as an Imolite. But you know what, Mr. Bere? I've got to take a quick break now so that you won't be interrupted when you want to respond to the gentleman who called in. So stay with us, please. We'll be right back, and we'll get Mr. MacDonald Bere's response. Okay, welcome back. And our guest is Mr. MacDonald Ebere. He's chair of the Imo State APC. And we're looking at a postmortem of Governor Uzodimma's victory at the polls, winning by a massive 540,000 votes to the next contestant, 71,000, and the one after that, 64,000. Now, just before we went on break, Reverend Dominic called in. Reverend Dominic has billed himself as a staunch APC supporter, and he's an Imo State citizen. So he threw a challenge to Mr. Ebere, saying what he did. He said it was improbable, but that's not the word he used. Go ahead, please, Mr. Ebere.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me make this correction. I hope I won't sound immodest. Without sounding any immodest, I want to let you know that I have a PhD in practical political philosophy. I'm a doctorate degree holder. They've been addressing me as Mr. MacDonald Ebere. Please, let's take that correction. I have a PhD.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that, Dr. Ebere.
Yes, I am. Thank you. So going to what Pastor Dominic said, my brother, thank you very much for your reaction, but from the tone of your voice, it's evident that you are not happy. Well, in every contest, everybody is not meant to be happy because there will be losers and there will be winners. But my governor, even during his broadcast, said there's no victor, there's no vanquished, that Imo people won. I want you to go back to your local government. You say you're from Ezilihite. If you are from Ezilihite and up to now, you didn't know that the local government chairman built their health centers in their local government, you need to go back and have a reassessment of your local government because they are staring at you. I can assure you that. And by saying that winning 27 over 27 is a huge joke, I don't know from the pedestrian you are making this assertion. I don't know really, because if the people came out and cast their votes, and the votes were counted organically and declared, why would anybody be saying we should lose at least one or two local governments? For me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. I had expected you when you came up to speak, you would have told me that election in Israel was met with violence, or there was this or that. You didn't say all that. All you said was that the opposition didn't have all the security to go around Imo to campaign. That is not true. I take exception to that because all these candidates of the various political parties campaigned also. At least you know that Eta Nachono campaigned vigorously. You know that Sanda Anyanwu campaigned vigorously. Ogunere, your own brother, campaigned too. Talking about insecurity, in Imo now, insecurity is a thing of the past. The governor fought insecurity with everything he had. And by the special grace of God, insecurity is almost a thing of the past today in Imo. So talking about the build-up of the election, there was no any case of insecurity. There was none, practically none. In fact, the words people were using is that they don't know how God did it, that God just switched off insecurity in Imo to allow this election to be. Insecurity was really switched off. I don't know how it happened, but the truth is that the governor walked around the clock to make sure all Imolites are safe. And the only thing we can do as citizens of Imo State is to encourage the governor. Governance is for everybody. He's the governor, yes, but we have a lot to do. We need to join hands to support the governor to take Imo to greater heights. So, Pastor, my brother, relax. I don't know the political party you belong, but since you say you're a pastor, means that you are non-partisan. Pray for the governor. Pray for Imo State. That's all I can tell you. Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Dr. Ebere. Pastor, Reverend Dominic in the past has said that he's an APC supporter, not from a partisan point of view, from a national point of view, just being a nationalist, as you heard him say. Good morning, Mr. Joshua, calling in from Irewolede.
Good morning, and good morning to your guest. I also congratulate him and the entire Imo State, and I also congratulate Nigeria. We are making progress with our democracy. I think that is what these elections are showing. Whatever we are saying, the truth is Nigeria is making progress. We may not do it right at once, but we can do better. I will continue to do this to put the conversation straight for us. Reverend Dominic is a PDP man, and his PDP dovetails to Labour Party, and I won't say the other one, but he's a politician. Every pastor in Nigeria is a politician, so you should not hide under anything. He was one of the people criticizing this governor, that he was a Supreme Court governor. There's nothing they didn't do to vilify the man. But I'm happy that the entire Imo State people have come out to say this is the man we want. And everybody should rest now and join hands, as they are saying, to build the state. Building the state now is for the benefit of the people and for even the benefit of the nation. We need the South-East to progress like Lagos. We need the Southeast region to do well. You can see Imani now in Ebonyi. He's a works minister. You see what the guy is doing. Meaning that we have good materials in that place. Let them bury all these IPOB agitation and all these things. Join hands with Nigeria. We have a good chance for all of us to have a good nation if we work together. So I congratulate them. Let my uncle in Lagos, he didn't go to Imo to go and see what is going on. Let him go and rest. Election is over. Join hands to work together with all of us. Reverend, stay well in Lagos. When you go back to Imo, enjoy yourself. Thank you, sir.
All right, then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. Joshua. This is the nature of our program. We hear from all sides of the conversation, and Reverend Dominic, it must be said, has come under a bit of a flack in recent times, but then he probably expects it himself, and he probably can give as much as it takes. But that's that. Then people have expressed surprise, considering that he has been an ardent supporter on our program, at least, of the party, your party, APC, right through the Tinubu campaign. And so that is why people, other people that know Reverend Dominic and have had the same voice, are a bit nonplussed at this. But then, if he says he's an he's an Imo citizen, and that is why people have said, wait a minute, is there something to see here? But a number of voices have said that there's nothing to see, and that they're beginning to doubt his quote-unquote APC credentials, even though Reverend Dominic has said that his support for APC has nothing to do with partisanship. So that's just that. I don't know if there's anything more to add to that. But going to the other thing, because as you know, the Labour Party right now, I mean, not Labour Party, I beg your pardon, scratch that. The Nigeria Labour Congress has called on for this indefinite strike. And this is against the law, as we well know. And it is being linked to, treatment that was meted out to him in the unfortunate incident that happened in Imo State. And so calling for an indefinite strike right now, it is, quote unquote, to our people seeming somehow. Why would you bring the whole nation to, suffer, as it were, because of something personal that happened in Imo State? But before you react to that, Dr. Ebere, let me bring in Uche. Uche has called in from... Where's Uche called in from? Where has Uche... Uche in Port Harcourt. Good morning to you, sir. Go ahead.
Good morning. Yes, I want to congratulate His Excellency Purpose Odima.
Okay, could you mute your television set, please? Please mute your television set.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I congratulate His Excellency.
Your TV set, sound is still coming from your TV set, and that's causing problems. Are you still there, Uche? No. That's sorry. Sorry that we couldn't make it, but that's usually what happens if you try to listen to yourself on your TV as you are calling us. I don't know why it is like that. But coming back to, using the opportunity to come back to you, Dr. Berry, the whole question about what happened in Imo State now leading to, apparently leading to NLC saying that, no, there's going to be a strike because the president of our Congress, was treated differently in Imo State. Do you have any commentary on that?
I'm not a labor man, and I'm not a member of the union. But let me borrow a leaf from the presidential spokesperson, Bayo Nyaloga, who said that they are going on strike. It's not fair to Nigerians. The presidential spokesperson has issued a press statement on that. And if you read that press statement, it's all encompassing, and it shows that the strike is not directed properly and in the right direction. Now, coming to say that it is because of what happened in Imo, that is the cause of why they're going on strike. For me, I don't want to berate the NLC because they're a body recognized by the government and by Nigeria, and they are protecting the interests of the people. But if they are protecting the interests of the people, they should protect it well. That is the truth. There's already a bit of uneasy in the country because our president is doing all he can with his team to improve and better the lives of an average Nigerian. And all we can do at this time, whether as an NLC or as individual, is to join hands to support Mr. President to move Nigeria to a greater height. And by making life easier and better for the people, the downtrodden, people who have nothing to eat, we have to help them to be able to be who they are supposed to be, being humans that are created by God. Okay. So if I am these NLC people, I would say let them use their Christian heart or use their conscience to know that what they are doing at this time is not the right thing to do.
Okay.
I'm calling on them. Okay. I'm pleading with them to please call off the strike. Let the average Nigerian, let the suffering stop. They shouldn't add to the suffering of an average Nigerian. And they should help Mr. President to succeed also. Okay. And for what happened in Imo, my governor have said is regrettable. It's unfortunate. That should be enough. Let us come back and rebuild Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, Benga in Abuja, good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Good morning.
And good morning to Mr. Ebere.
Dr. Ebere.
I want to start by congratulating His Excellency, Hope Uzodinma, Senator Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State, for the victory at the polls. This is a victory that surprised me. Because all along, since the Supreme Court confirmed it, and the governor, I've been hearing that it's a Supreme Court governor. Ask some of my friends, say, you are from Imo, why is all this trouble? Because we don't like the governor. And the time, I said, if we don't like, how can you wait for the next 4 years and vote him out? Instead of all this unrest, feeling, and the rest of it and that. But this election showed that all those ones were just to demean him, were just to demarket him as a Supreme Court governor. Because this election, if you look at the gap between the nearest, about 74,000 to him is very far, about 8% of the vote. And ask yourself, if you really vote for this man, it showed that even if he was Supreme Court governor, which I don't argue with, because he was able to with point, that are the way they voted. I was voted in, and he convinced the jury that look, I won this election, and they gave it to him. That now that he has enough to make sure that he performed and endear himself to the people that they give him this mandate, I want to congratulate him. And I'm asking the same people that are calling to governor, what happened this time around? They could not answer me. That showed that the Imo people really love him. Is that those who are there to demarket him are the one flying that type of a Supreme Court governor. My pleading with him is he should prove them wrong again by merely giving the people of Imo State the vision of democracy. Let's see Imo State as a peaceful state, an Eldorado with investment and infrastructure, so that after he leaves, we'll see him as the first governor to have 100% victory in our local government and one of the best governors to ever serve in Imo State. He has broken more records. I want him to break more records. So that people can know that, look, it wasn't a fluke, that he was voted overwhelmingly by the people. Mr. Yori, the reason why I was sure of his victory was that 3 or 4 days to the election, the Council of Elders in Imo State had a press conference, which I watched on YouTube. You see here today. They say, look, there's this Imo, that there are all the noise of people that Imo people are going to go overwhelmingly, and that by the end of the election, we will see what has happened, that Imo people are really the loving people. And people who are confirming it. So what I want to say, that who are the people behind all this killing and unrest? They should pipe down and they should cool down their temper and allow this governor to do the work we want to do for the benefit of the Imo State and Nigeria in general. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Benga, calling in from Abuja. You know, because the figures they say speak for themselves. If Governor Hope Uzodinma was elected with over 540,000 votes, and the 2 next, contestants combine their votes, you're looking at what? Just over 135,000 votes. I mean, that was a trouncing. And but as Dr. Ebere, our guest, says, the governor, has actually called on all those contestants to join hands with him so that he can take Imo to even a greater height than it needs to be. Uche in Nnewi, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Yore.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Ebere.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Uche. I'm calling from Nnewi.
Okay.
I am from Nnewi, but my mom is from Imo State actually. So I'm like, I should call myself I'm a half caste. Should call myself a half caste. Yeah, half Imo, half a number. I think the other young man that comes from Lagos or from Ogun State, Joshua, what what he did, I did not like it. He went out to attack the Reverend. He should just come up with his own opinion and not to attack the Reverend like the way he attacked the Reverend. I know the Reverend, he has always been supporting the APC. Anyone that is now to in APC because he made an opinion is wrong. He made an opinion. According to him, he said that Hope Uzodinma actually won the election. But for somebody to tell him that he won the 27 local government, that is where he disagrees with. So that is his opinion. So let the man in the studio tell us how he won the 27 local government. He should be proving his point, and as the day goes by, people will now know how he won the 27 local government. So for him to say that he find it.
Thank you very much for calling in. I think you've made your point, and Dr. MacDonald Ebere, Imo State APC chair, has heard it. And I said earlier that we take all sorts of opinion, and we as a program and as a station are not responsible, and we don't endorse necessarily any opinion that comes in from viewers to our program. So he put his view across for what it is worth, and you have also done the same to also comment on his views. We thank both of you, as a matter of fact. I don't think, well, I shouldn't say that. Dr. Bere, any comment on that?
Well, thank you very much. The last speaker that just spoke, when I answered my question, I answered it directly. Like you said, the pastor said his own opinion. I guess the young man that responded to the pastor equally made his opinion known. So these are two different people who have different opinions. But for me, what I can say in that is that even when you want to present your issue on anything, you calm down and make your presentation very well. Because saying that you don't know how, and there is a joke that we won 27 over 27, are you questioning that what the INEC people did was not the right thing, or what? I don't understand. And from your own angle, assuming you were in Imo State and you only voted at your polling booth. That means you didn't leave that booth. Even if there are 25 polling booths in your own ward alone, you can't even be in two polling booths at the same time. So the judgment of the Independent National Electoral Commission should have guided the pastor very well for him to know that since he was only in his booth, he cannot say what happened in the Dart turnout, or what happened in Ehime Mbano, or what happened in the Municipal. And the Independent National Electoral Commission is the electoral body that is in charge of election. And they have given their verdict, called their result, and returned the person that was elected. So I will advise my brother to calm down and keep behind the governor, and then take him out to a greater height.
Well, I guess this is about a fine place to leave it, Dr. Ebere. We've covered most of the issues. If there's anything more, of course, we'll keep our eagle eye and lens on it to cover it for our viewership. But Senator Hope Uzodinma has indeed thanked his people. Many people saw his speech of gratitude following the election, and his pledge to continue more of the good stuff that led to the massively impressive result. Many people probably can't get over the figures, 540,000, over 500,000 naira vote. Over 500,000 votes. I shouldn't have added naira. Over 500,000 votes to the opposition, 71,000 and 64,000. That was quite conclusive. So I want to thank you very much, Dr. MacDonald Ebere, Chairman, Imo State APC, for coming on the program and answering our questions, and also giving us the benefit of your perspective over it all. If you have any last words, we'll take them now before we close the program.
Yes, I want to, like I said when I started the program, I want to thank the Almighty God. I'm returning all the glory, all the praise, all the thanksgiving, and all the victory to God Almighty, because He is the maker of all mankind. And He knew a day like this will come for us to celebrate. And He has given us that day. We have to thank Him. I also want to thank the governor of Imo State, the re-elected governor, distinguished Senator Uzodimma, for being magnanimous in victory, for opening his hands for his opponents to come to join him to rebuild Imo. I thank my governor for that spirit of sportsmanship, for that spirit of collectivism, for that spirit of symbiotic and communal spirit to make sure that Imo is taken to greater heights. I want to also...
Well, we've got to... you can't go too far, sir. I'm sorry, we've just about run out of time. But I do thank you, Dr. MacDonald Ebere, for coming on the program this morning. That's our program today, then. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folari. Bye-bye for now.
All the goals, all the clashes, all the moments. All of Rashford, Salah, and Saka. All in the language of your choice. All in HD. Available on all this bouquet to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Stay connected for all the action.
For half a decade, audacious riders and drifters have come together for one cause. The ultimate audacity.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Do you struggle with having an active and healthy lifestyle due to your busy schedule? Do you find it difficult to make it to the gym? You want to improve your overall health, but don't know where and how to start? Medical experts agree that walking, running, and jogging are amongst the best ways to stay fit and enjoy a great active and healthy lifestyle. What if there was a convenient and affordable way to improve your health, improve your mood, and lose weight right in your own home? Introducing the SportX Digital Compact Treadmill. The compact foldable treadmill that makes being active and losing weight fast and easy. Just unfold it and walk, jog, or run while you watch your favorite programs on TV. And when you're done, just fold it and store it away. Now that's convenience. The secret is its advanced design that houses a 1-horsepower motor that is twice the size of most treadmills, packed into a nice compact unit, powering every step you take. You get the SportX Digital Compact Treadmill System complete with a rugged commercial-grade ultra-durable traction belt, large LCD multifunctional display that displays speed, time, distance, calories, and has 12 different exercise programs, as well as a magnetic safety key for added security.
The SportX treadmill has really helped me get back in shape after childbirth. I love it because it's compact and can fit anywhere in the house. And when I'm done, I fold and put it away. Easy peasy.
This is the best piece of equipment for people like me who want to stay active without leaving the home. I simply unfold it and use it while I watch my favorite program on TV.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking it.
Hello again, and thanks for joining us on TVC Midday News. We begin in the nation's capital, where staff and visitors to the National Assembly have again been locked out on day 2 of the nationwide strike declared by organized labor. They are calling on the leadership of the National Assembly to intervene to end the crippling industrial action. Earlier today, all roads leading to the National Assembly complex were shut as labor leaders manned the gates. Only a few workers who had arrived to the National Assembly as early as 7 a.m. had access. Workers were also seen stranded as they sat in groups to discuss the situation. And we bring in now TVC News National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa, who joins me on the news. She's been keeping tabs around the complex of the National Assembly, where, as we said, gates at the complex are shut and many people are affected. Joke, tell us give us some details about the impact of this shutdown, so to speak.
I can tell you that from here, this is the main entrance to the National Assembly complex. Here, things have been granted, activities have been granted to a halt. Even as we speak now, you can see behind me that the gates remain shut. The only set of people that are allowed in are the sergeant at arms and police officers. Many workers have been here since morning, and many of them have gone back home. The crowd here has actually reduced compared to what we saw earlier this morning. A lot of visitors are also stranded, many coming as far as from other states. They are stranded. They have come for one business or another with the National Assembly, but they are stranded. They just do not know what to do. But as we speak, a moment ago, I spoke with the national president of the Parliamentary Association of Nigeria, who actually, that is the association that is actually carrying out this exercise, ensuring that the NLC-TUC strike is complied with here. I spoke with him and he said they were in a meeting with the management of the National Assembly. So hopefully they will be able to have an understanding, but honestly speaking, I do not know the kind of understanding they will have that will be outside of what NLC-TUC has come up with. Now, one thing that is also trending is the fact that the National Security Advisor has tendered an unreserved apology to the NLC President, Mr. Joe Ajero, and along with the NLC and the TUC as separate bodies, and that the attackers of the NLC President have been arrested. So we are hoping to see that something concrete, something meaningful, something positive will come out of that, and that government and organized labor will be able to come together and also resolve whatever the issues are. But right with me is one of the visitors to the National Assembly. His name is Matthew Owolabi. He came all the way from Ilorin. So I'll be asking him how it has been over the last 2 days getting to do what he has come to do. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So tell me, what is it that you are here to do, and how is this strike affecting what you have come to do?
No, last week they gave us invitation that to come and defend our budget here now. So we are here to defend the budget. But surprisingly, when I got here, we made the gate lock, and there was no any information for us whether we should stay or not. I've been here since morning, so I don't know what is actually happening now.
So as things are now, your committee has not contacted you, the committee that called you?
Yes, I've never been contacted at all about whether we should wait or maybe tomorrow they will answer us. But I came all the way from Ilorin since yesterday.
So what option is open to you?
Well, we will wait till maybe around in 2 or 3 hours to this time. If there's nothing done, that means we will go back. If they need us, they can still call us back. But at least we have satisfied ourselves by coming to meet them.
All right. So thank you so very much. You heard from one of the visitors to the National Assembly, how he has been able to tell us how this strike has impacted on his own business as a staff of one of the agencies under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. He's not alone. Many people indeed have suffered this similar fate, workers, even visitors here. So that is the situation here, but we are hoping and praying that maybe after now, the government, the NLC-TUC, will be able to have a meeting and end this impasse. It's really, really biting hard on the people.
Joke Adisa there, reporting live from the complex of the National Assembly headquarters, that is. Thank you very much for the updates. Most of what you said, sounds cheering, and we hope that indeed there will be some more positive news during the course of the day regarding the nationwide strike embarked upon by organized labor. Moving on now, but still within the National Assembly, President Bola Tinubu has reassured Nigerians of his administration's determination to create jobs for unemployed youth across the country, this through productive skill acquisition. And this was made known at the unveiling of the newly created House of Representatives Committee on Polytechnics and Technical Education. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Technical, Vocational and Entrepreneurial Education, Abiola Rogundade, gave the commitment on behalf of the President. Meanwhile, the Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, says technical skills development will address unemployment and its attendant challenges in the country. A report from the International Labour Organization says that more than 75 million Nigerian youth are unemployed.
Globally, technical, vocational and entrepreneurship education has assumed a place of priority in government policies as the foundation for employment creation. The curriculum of learning should therefore be tailored towards skills acquisitions so that products of the education system could equip themselves with the necessary skills and education to earn a living and perhaps be employers of labor themselves.
We don't want waivers. We want the child of the common man to be given the equal opportunity to be employed. That we have a lot of graduates out there who are not employed, not because they don't have the capacity, but because the waiver system has sustained them and leaving the opportunity only to the selected few. It calls for deep thinking. It calls for us to do something about that.
Further decay in our institution is exemplified by the fact that Nigerian polytechnics now exhibit strong tendencies to be upgraded to universities, just to award degrees, apparently because it is in our public service and job market, for instance, there is a perception that polytechnic graduates are discriminated against and their career prospects limited. For these reasons, parents and young leavers succumb to the pressure to attend universities, even when all that is needed are just some skill for them to be able to live their life.
Are you aware that the food security situation in Nigeria has been critical in recent times, with 17 million people estimated to be critically food insecure in the year 2022? According to the UN-supported food and nutrition analysis, 25 million Nigerians are likely to be food insecure between June and August of 2023. And to bridge this gap, stakeholders in Nigeria and Africa's food sector say emphasis is now on creating nutritious food rooted in local flavors with a commitment to sourcing more input locally. And they are focusing on enhancing Nigeria's agricultural sector, especially in tomato production. The stakeholders say ensuring food security through innovative product offerings and strategic initiatives by leveraging local resources and expertise is key to strengthening the food ecosystem, which will also reduce dependency on imports.
And as you know, we have a big project in Nigeria to develop our farming of tomato, agriculture of tomato from an industrial point of view. And we believe this is a key for the future of Nigeria. One of our ambitions is, if it's possible, that Nigeria can be self-sufficient by farming tomato.
We're approaching food security through, I would say, 3 key pillars. Number 1 is local manufacturing. When we came into Nigeria about 6 years ago, 50% of our portfolio was manufactured abroad. Today, 100% is manufactured locally. But we have a very, very positive outlook about Nigeria. We believe very strongly in the current reforms that the government is putting into place. We think that an open economy will always foster the right levels of competition, the right levels of results, a results-driven, a productivity-driven economy.
In other reports now, the Oyo-Osun Command of the Nigeria Customs Service has handed over 64 sacks as well as 150 wraps of cannabis sativa to the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency. The area commander of the Oyo-Osun Command, Ben Oramalugo, conducted the handover ceremony at the command's headquarters in Ibadan. Olaide Oyewole has more.
It's the maiden press briefing on the performance of the Nigeria Customs Service of Oyo-Osun Area Command since the emergence of the new controller, Ben Oramalugo. He revealed that the area command, through its initiative, had contributed to the economic growth of the country with a revenue of over 11 billion naira during the period of September and October.
Revenue generation during the period covering September to October 2000.